Black Panther Party was formed in 1966. But before we fully understand the Black Panther Party, it's important to take a few steps back and look at the history that caused this organization to form. Welcome to the mid 1960s. Think about what you know about this time period. The civil rights movement had been going on for quite a while now, and the black youth had witnessed everything, but they'd also seen it not accomplish anything. For them, it was basically a failure. In these circumstances, all they could think of was to take arms. Also, things like the KKK and increasing police brutality made this point stronger. So, two like-minded youth founded the Black Panther Party, Huey P. Newton on your right and Bobby Seale on your left. Although the Black Panther Party was founded in Oakland, California in 1966, it soon spread and had chapters all over the nation. One of the biggest factors that caused this was the 10-point program. The 10-point program highlighted 10 goals that the party wished to achieve. The Black Panther Party in Chicago was founded in the west side of the city in late 1968. It was created because black youth finally had the motivation to fight against racism, unfairness, and police brutality. The Black Panther Party used to attract youth with the famous call sign called, "Come, the Brothers of the Block." And the black youth in Chicago were really attracted to the Black Panther Party because of the 10-point program, because it highlighted how they wanted fair housing and fair opportunities. During the period of Reconstruction, Chicago had seen a lot of migration from black people from the South moving up north. However, the neighborhoods were still very segregated. The black people lived in squalor conditions, almost slum-like, and the white people lived in much better areas of the city. So it should come as no surprise that the black youth viewed this as unfair. Within the first 4 months, the Black Panther Party had 300 new Chicago members. And it's still really sad because if you look at neighborhoods like Englewood, you'll still see the living conditions differ. Think the segregation is over? Think twice, because we still segregate. Now we segregate on the basis of price. We mostly see African Americans live in the southern part of the city where prices of homes are much lower, and in the north the prices are much higher. It's where the white people live. Contrary to popular belief, the Black Panther Party was not just a group that fought violently against racism. They created many programs that helped benefit their communities in plenty of ways. The idea was that the government isn't doing anything, so why don't we? So the Black Panther Party targeted Chicago's structural inequality by making the free breakfast program, and they also gave free legal consultation. Their intentions were to help provide food for these poor black people until they could stand on their own. Ultimately, the party was able to provide help in the community when no one else would help them. However, the Black Panther Party was hindered in its moves because it had a militant image. It was viewed as a radical organization due to the media focusing on the violent exchanges it had with police. No one focused on the social organizations and the good that they were doing. Also, Mayor Daley, mayor of Chicago at that time, thought that the party was making social organizations just so they could rally more support and go over his authority. Who was Fred Hampton? Fred Hampton was a civil rights activist who was born on August 30th, 1941. He dedicated his young adult life to learning about the legal system and using his major in pre-law. He used the knowledge that he had as self-defense. Not only was he extremely involved in the Illinois chapter of the Black Panther Party, but he was also involved in the NAACP. His leadership skills were quickly shown when he had meetings. He eventually became the leader of the NAACP Youth Council in Illinois. Then he became attracted to the 10-point program and joined the Black Panther Party. Eventually, he became the chairman of the Illinois chapter of the Black Panther Party. The Black Panther Party was always viewed as a militant organization. Unfortunately, Fred Hampton was murdered on December 4th, 1969. Him and Peoria Black Panther Party leader Mark Clark were in an apartment when Cook County police officers raided at approximately 4 in the morning. They stormed into the apartment and immediately shot and killed Mark when they saw him sitting on the chair with a gun on his lap. Then they moved on to Fred Hampton, who was laying on a mattress next to his fiancée. The police officers also arrested other Black Panthers for supposedly attempting murder on other officers. The reason there is a lot of controversy about this night is because during the trial, the Chicago Police Department said that the Black Panther Party was the first to fire shots, when in reality the Black Panther Party fired only 1 shot, while the police officers fired over 90 shots. It was not until after 1970s when the survivors and the relatives of Mark Clark and Fred Hampton were given money after winning the lawsuit, stating that their rights were violated that night. So, in conclusion, Fred Hampton and the Black Panther Party were considered threats, and that is why police mowed them down. You know, this sounds similar. Do you know why? Because this is shockingly similar to present-day events. Police brutality towards African Americans is nothing new. Police killed more than 100 unarmed black people in 2015. It is a sad trend of ignorance that someone is shot just because they are perceived threats. The Black Panther Party story explores many different themes. Even though resistance and expansion are major themes in our story, there are also good themes associated with them, like reform, rights, and American values. They were saying no to white supremacy while doing a lot of social work in their community, much more than the government was doing at that time. They became the caring mother for so many African Americans in their time of need. What is really shocking is that we see similar programs. CPS provides free lunches to all its students, and the city of Chicago also funds this in the summer.